Rolling?
Rolling.
Rolling?
Rolling.
Alright, so I made this dough. It's made out of 3.5 cups of white flour, tablespoon and a half of olive oil, and 6 medium-sized eggs. And I made it in the KitchenAid with the dough hook. So kneading by hand, while that might be quaint, it's a big pain in the ass, so it's better just to use the mixer. So now I'm going to roll, so I cut it out in 4 sections. This is the first one that I just rolled out. So I'm going to do another one. So flour your top, put some flour on it. You don't have to overdo it, just a sprinkle. Put it on there. Put a little flour on the top, a little flour on the roller. And then just start rolling it out. And what we're trying to get is something long like this. Not square, not a circle, but like a big long thing. So you just, and don't go too fast because you need it for 8 minutes, and that develops the gluten. Don't go too fast because you don't want this thing to be springy. So after you make the dough, let it sit at room temperature for a couple hours, and then it's workable. Go too fast, then that gluten's going to come back at you, and it's going to be a real pain in the butt. So just keep rolling it out. And you're probably looking for about a 1/16 of an inch thickness on this thing. Now, you can take this and put it in a pasta maker. That's fine. But it's just as easy to roll it out nice and thin, and then take your knife and then just go here. You can also use a pizza cutter. Pizza cutters also work. Butter knife works too. Just make sure you cut it straight. We're making fettuccine. If you're making spaghetti, then maybe you want to get some sort of pasta formation device or something like that. But this works. Good enough. So this is flour, egg, pasta. I'm only going to do 2. So then once I get that, then, and notice up here I've got a rod, and I'm just balancing it up here because we're not that sophisticated, and then I'm just going to wrap it around and let it dry. So just maybe even use a straight edge, say the cutting board, so you can get them right. Just cut that off. Now you got a little piece of pasta, hang that over. The edges are going to be short. A little short pasta. You can stretch it out if you want, if you think it's too thick. Whatever. And then just drape it over there, and then let it dry for a little while. And just keep doing that. You can do it by eyeball too, you know. Just make sure your knife is sharp. If your knife is dull, then it's gonna like kink up and cause all kind of trouble. And that's it. You just hang them up. Just pop them out like that. That's fettuccine. Let them dry for, I don't know, a little bit. You can also take this and you can take the leftover dough and freeze these. It's not going to mess up with the structure, because this is not like, there's no, what do you call it, anything like that, like with biscuits, and there's no yeast. And so if you freeze it, it's not going to mess it up. Not at this stage. Hang them up dry and then sit around and look at yourself and make a video and be proud.